Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash that you'll find out. Back at it with another Throwback Tunes on another Thursday, and I am reviewing Uncontrolled Substance by Inspectah Deck. This is my first Inspectah Deck album that I ever listened to, and this is actually his debut album, by the way. This joint came out October 5th, 1999. It was recorded from 1997 all the way up to 1998, which is very interesting since it took nearly a whole year for the album to drop, but there's no background info in terms of, actually no, I take that back. There is some background info in regards to this album. So check this out. So before I get to the background info, let me give you some more information, general information rather. So this joint came out under Loud Records and Relativity Records. That's my first time hearing of them. The producers involved were Fourth Disciple, the Blacksmiths, B-L-A-Q-U-E Smiths, Inspectah Deck himself, Mac Maddox, Pete Rock, RZA or RZA, True Master, and VIC, that's abbreviated. So VIC are the Ghetto Pros, to be more specific, and that is all the producers involved here. Now, here's the background info. The album was originally supposed to come out in 1995. The record was indefinitely postponed after a flood destroyed over 100 beats in RZA's basement, including his own productions for the album. Eventually released 4 years later, the album received mostly positive reviews, and we'll get more on that, okay? So this joint was supposed to come out in 1995, but a flood happened that messed up the original beats, I guess. So either he had to recreate them or create new ones, whatever the case may be. All right, let's take a look at the charts. So this joint was 19th on the US Billboard 200 and 3rd on the US Top R&B/Hip-Hop Albums charts. And there was no certifications or anything like that, unfortunately. So let's get on with the tracks. So there's 17 tracks. One of them is the skit, obviously the intro. So there's 16 tracks that are actually songs, so I can give you guys a top 5, not a top 3. So here we go. The first track is, as I said, called Intro, followed by Movers and Shakers. So Movers, M-O-V-A-S, and Shakers originally spelled with the E-R-S at the end. Third track on this album is Ninth Chamber, featuring Lord the Darkman, Beretta 9, Killer Sin, and Street Life. And before I move on, this album actually had 5 singles. I just want to throw that out there. So yeah, there you go with that. Track number 4 is called Uncontrolled Substance, featuring Shadi. So yeah, the same name as the album. That's actually a song on this, name of the song rather. Track number 5 is called I'm gonna butcher this name, Femme Fatale. There we go. Followed by the Grand Prix or Grand Prix, however you want to pronounce that joint. Track number 7 is called Forget Me Not, which is not only one of the 5 singles off this album, yeah, but one of the 3 singles to not have a music video, as far as I know of anyway. Track number 8 is called Longevity. Longevity. Oh wait a minute, I cannot pronounce this. Longevity. Yeah, that's right. Featuring You Guys. Track number 9 is called Word on the Street, which is one of the 5 singles, and this one actually has a music video. Track number 10 is called Elevation, followed by Loving You. Track number 12 is called Trouble Man, featuring Vanilla Magica. Actually, track number 11 featuring Lord the Darkman. Track number 13 is called Rec Room. Now, Rec is abbreviated, and that's another single off this album. And actually, no, that one does not have a music video, but it did make the charts. Track number 14 is called Friction, featuring Master Killer, followed by Hyperdemics. And then next up is Show and Prove, which did make the charts and does have a music video and got a different title in the music video version, which is very interesting. Track number 16, oh, I already said that. And then track number 17 is called The Cause, featuring Street Light. Now, let me name you guys the singles because there's not much info on them. I feel like I'm forgetting some. Movers and Shakers, that's actually one of the singles. And let's see, Word on the Streets, Show and Prove, and then the different title is Power of God, that's in parentheses. It's, yeah, those 2, Word on the Street and Show and Prove, both have music videos, while the rest does not. Forget Me Not is another single, and Rec Room is another single. So Rec Room, I'm assuming, came out first in 1998, and it was 28th on the Hot Rap Songs charts. Next up is Forget Me Not. That one did not make the charts, followed by Show and Prove. That one was 34th on the Hot Rap Songs chart and had the music video. Word on the Streets was next. Did not make the charts, but did have a music video. And then lastly, Movers and Shakers. So there you go with that. All right, now I'm about to give you guys my top or my best track off this album for us to first. So And again, I'm not gonna include the intro, even though the intro had 2 really good beats in it. Like, they're really cool. Ninth Chamber is the worst track off this album. Only by comparison. That's the only reason why I would say that. It's only by comparison to everything else. The drum pattern is cool at times, the tempo is cool, the melody is really cool. The bass is straight, needs to have more of a presence. The kick is straight, the snare is straight. Overall, the track is still cool nevertheless. Next up is Femme Fatale. Tempo is cool, melody is cool, the bass is straight, needs more of a presence. Oh, that's going to be the theme throughout this entire album for the majority. Well, for the majority rather. The kick is straight, snare is cool, overall the track is cool. Show and Prove. The tempo is cool, melody is cool, bass is cool, but needs, guess what? A bit more of a presence. The kick is straight, the snare is straight, overall the track is cool. Hypodermics. The tempo is cool, melody is straight, the bass is cool, same with the kick and the snare, overall the track is cool. Next up is Longevity. Tempo is cool, same with the melody, needs a bass, even though like there's this low-key piano sound that kind of sounds like a bass, but yeah, it's not a definitive bass. The kick is cool, same with the snare, overall the track is cool. Next up is Movers and Shakers. The tempo is cool, melody is cool, bass is cool, kick is cool, the snare is straight. Overall, the track is still cool nevertheless. Uncontrolled Substance. The tempo is cool, same with the melody. The bass is straight, as you guessed it. It needs to have more of a presence. The kick is cool, same with the snare. Overall, the track is cool. Next up, the Grand Prix. Tempo is really cool, the melody is cool, the bass is straight, the kick is cool, same with the snare. Overall, the track is cool. And this track starts at the 7-second mark. Next up is Trouble Man. Tempo is cool, melody / tempo is cool, the bass is cool, same with the kick, the snare is cool, overall the track is cool. Next up is Word on the Street. The tempo is really cool, same with the melody is cool rather. Needs a bass though, the kick is cool, snare is cool, overall the track is cool, and this track starts at the 16-second mark. And then we got Rec Room. The tempo is really cool, the melody is cool, same with the bass and the kick and the snare, overall the track is cool. Alright, I'm about to give you guys my top 5 tracks off this album. 5th best track off this album is Elevation. The tempo is cool, the melody is really cool, the bass is cool, same with the kick and snare, overall the track is cool. Next up, The Cause. The tempo is cool, the melody is really cool, the bass is cool but needs more of it. The kick is cool, the snare is cool, overall the track is cool. The other best track off this album is Friction. The tempo is cool, the melody is really cool, the bass is just straight but it needs more of it. The kick is cool, the snare is really cool, the track is cool, and also Master Killer almost sounds like Method Man. I just want to throw that out there. Second best track off this album is Loving You. The tempo is like borderline cool, really cool. The melody is cool. The bass is straight, needs more of a presence. There you go. The kick is really cool. The snare is cool. Overall, the track is cool. And a lot of the Darkman sounds like Comet. Just want to throw that out there as well. And the best track off this album is Forget Me Not. The tempo is really cool. The melody is really cool. The bass is cool, but needs a bit more of it. The kick is really cool. The snare is really cool. Overall, this track is really cool. So Forget Me Not, without question, the best track off this album. Alright, let me give you guys some professional ratings. All Music give this 4.5 out of 5 stars. The AV Club gave it a favorable review. Robert Christgau gave it 2 stars. Now, 2 out of what? I have no clue. LA Times gave it 2.5 out of 4 stars. Q gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Rolling Stones gave it 4 out of 5 stars, same as The Source. Spin, with these small little stars, look like they gave it a 7 out of 10. And Vibe gave it a favorable review. So, we all know the question that's about to be asked right now, and that is this. What do I think about this album? It's a solid album. It's a really, really solid album. There's a lot of good beats in this album. If I had to give this a rating, I would give it a 3.75 out of 5. I recommend you download it and you keep it. So, yeah, 3.75 out of 5. Really good, solid album. I recommend you download it and you keep it. And now I'm about to call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is boy New J Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.